Good morning. I have been sleeping in my RV this night. Just a few minutes ago I took off my CPAP. Yes, so why I'm sleeping in RV on Wednesday, Thursday night. Actually, I'm living quite far away my working place because, well, actually I'm teacher of vocational college and it's like 75 kilometers from my home, this college, and at this my life situation is so that I'm quite tired and burnt out and depressed and so on. So if I have to be in classroom 8 a.m. and I should be very fresh and so on. So if I have to wake up like 6 a.m. and then drive 1 hour to this different city, I would be so tired that teaching is very difficult. So what is my solution? I was yesterday driving my RV to this different city, and now I have been sleeping on schoolyard. How did I sleep? Actually, first quite well, but then I woke up maybe 4 a.m. and I have to visit toilet. It's behind the wall here, and then I have been watching YouTube. Soon I will make some coffee and breakfast, and this video clip, I'm not so sure if I'm going to use this because this is like no script. This is I just got idea. Usually my videos I'm using like voice-over technique because I'm not so sure about my English skills, so voice-over technique is I can rely on that better. Okay, but hey, if somebody is interested what is the system of CPAP machine in RV, of course there is different kind of setups possibilities, but I will show what is mine. Just a minute. So that is my RV, and here is the Resmed AirSense 10, and here is the battery. I was closing this a couple of minutes ago. Let's take some more lights here. Oh, just a minute. Yes, so here I have this portable battery. I will load it when I go to the classroom today, so I will take this with me and then load it for the next night. There is capacity like for one night, because now it's quite cold. It's below 0 outside, so there is freezing cold, so this is using quite a lot of energy to heat the water in water container. Yes. Okay, that's my life today. I will check a couple of YouTube videos and then I will make a coffee. See you soon.
The silver light of dawn is creeping through the blind, leaving the quiet of the forest floor behind. I reach out from the duvet, feel the morning chill. The world outside is frozen, everything is still. But there's a ritual to trigger, a spark to strike the air. In this tiny rolling home, we've got everything right there. Turn the dial, hear the hits, let the striker click. The blue flame blossoms, steady and quick. The kettle's on the grate, silver dancing in the glow. Waiting for the whistle, waiting for the show. From the copper pipes to the steam rising high, we're waking up the canyon, we're waking up the sky. I grabbed the favorite mug, the one with chipped off paint.
Today I want to share a cautionary yet scientifically fascinating tale of a morning coffee mistake that turned into a high-powered neurochemical experiment. It started quite simply. I was preparing a cup of instant coffee and used 2 large teaspoons of coffee granules, which is already a fairly strong base. Then I reached for what I thought was regular milk to lighten it up. Instead, I accidentally poured in a significant amount of a pre-mixed caffeinated latte drink. The taste was actually quite good, but the result was a massive unintended double dose of caffeine. To understand what this does to my day, we have to look at the brain chemistry involved, specifically a molecule called adenosine. Throughout the day, adenosine builds up in our brains, binding to receptors that tell us when it is time to feel tired and eventually sleep. Caffeine has a molecular structure very similar to adenosine. It acts like a decoy, stepping into those receptors and blocking them. Because I took such a large dose, I have effectively barricaded those receptors, preventing the sleepiness signal from getting through. But it does not stop at just blocking tiredness. When those adenosine receptors are plugged, the brain's natural stimulants like dopamine and glutamate can work much more freely. This is why I might feel an elevated sense of mood or a sharper focus than usual. Furthermore, the brain perceives this sudden spike in activity as an emergency, triggering the adrenal glands to release adrenaline. This is the fight or flight hormone, which explains any physical jitteriness or an increased heart rate. Looking at the timeline for the rest of my day, I am currently in the peak phase where my alertness is at its maximum.
However, caffeine has a half-life of about 5 or 6 hours, meaning a large portion of this will still be in my system by late afternoon. The most critical part will be the eventual crash. When the caffeine finally detaches from those receptors, all that built-up adenosine will rush in at once, likely causing a wave of intense. Exceptionally productive right now. I'm essentially borrowing energy from my future self, and I will have to be very careful with my hydration and sleep schedule to balance the scales later tonight. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.
The rattle of the spoon is a rhythmic, low complaint. I shake the jar of gold, those granules dark and fine. The scent of instant magic, the first step in the line. Now the water starts to murmur, then it starts to roar. A localized volcano right behind the cabin door. Pour it slow, watch the swirl, watch the black turn into brown. The steam clears out the cobwebs, wipes away the frown. No fancy buttons pressing, no wires in the wall, just the heat and the pressure, the simplest of them all. Turn the dial, hear the hint, let the striker click. The blue flame blossoms steady and quick. The kettle's on the great silver dancing in the glow, waiting for the whistle, waiting for the show. From the copper pipes to the steam rising high, we're waking up the canyon, we're waking up the sky. First sip, liquid fire, energy in the veins. The engine's gonna turn, we're shaking off the chains. The gas is off, the sun is up, the road is calling clear. One cup of rolling thunder, and we're